mandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatim mirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Stavaram Jangamam Yaptam Yat Kinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Babajiyabhiyat Sarvam Trilokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sarva Shuddhi Shiroratna Virajita Padam Bujaham Vedantam Puja Suryoya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chaitanya Shashvata Shanto Vyomatito Niranjanaha Bindunada Kalatita Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jnana Shakti Samarudha Tattvamala Vibhushita Bhukti Mukti Pradata Cha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Aneka Janma Samprapta Karma Bandha Vidahine Atmajnana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shoshanam Bhava Sindosha Jnapanam Sara Sampadaha Guru Padodakam Samyak Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Na Guru Radhikam Tattvam Na Guru Radhikam Tapaha Tattvajnanat Param Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Manata Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru Radhiranadisha Guru Paramadevatam Guru Paradaram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidyadravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidyadravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Bhajo Guru Vishwananda Shri Giridhari Lakshmi Narayana Narasimha Deva. Bhajo Guru Vishwananda Shri Giridhari Lakshmi Narayana Narasimha Deva. Bhajo Guru Vishwananda Shri Giridhari Lakshmi Narayana Narasimha Deva. Bhajo Guru Vishwananda Shri Giridhari Lakshmi Narayana Narasimha Deva. Bhajo Guru Vishwananda Shri Giridhari Lakshmi Narayana Narasimha Deva. Bhajo Guru Vishwananda Shri Giridhari Lakshmi Narayana Narasimha Deva. Hare Ram Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Bhajo Guru Vishwananda, Shri Giridhari, Lakshmi Narayana, Narasimha Deva.
Bhajo Guru Vishwananda, Shri Giridhari, Lakshmi Narayana, Narasimha Deva.
Bhajo Guru Vishwananda, Shri Giridhari, Lakshmi Narayana, Narasimha Deva.
Guru Vishwananda, Shri Giridhari, Lakshmi Narayana, Narasimha Deva.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Bhajo Guru Vishwananda, Shri Giridhari, Lakshmi Narayana, Narasimha Deva.
Guru Vishwananda, Shri Giridhari, Lakshmi Narayana, Narasimha Deva.
Bhajo Guru Vishwananda, Shri Giridhari, Lakshmi Narayana, Narasimha Deva.
Guru Vishwananda, Shri Giridhari, Lakshmi Narayana, Narasimha Deva.
Bhajo Guru Vishwananda, Shri Giridhari, Lakshmi Narayana, Narasimha Deva.
Guru Vishwananda, Shri Giridhari, Lakshmi Narayana, Narasimha Deva.
Bhajo Guru Vishwananda, Shri Giridhari, Lakshmi Narayana, Narasimha Deva.
Guru Vishwananda, Shri Giridhari, Lakshmi Narayana, Narasimha Deva.
Bhajo Guru Vishwananda, Shri Giridhari, Lakshmi Narayana, Narasimha Deva.
Om Avatara Shishaya Namaha, Om Vishamaya Namaha, Om Devakarya Samuyataya Namaha, Om Sukshmatanave Namaha, Om Chinmayaya Namaha, Om Guru Murtaye Namaha, Om Sundaraya Namaha, Om Sulochanaya Namaha, Om Sumukhaya Namaha, Om Charuhasaya Namaha, Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Padmabhujaya Namaha, Om Mandagamanaya Namaha, Om Charungaradharine Namaha, Om Ramaya Namaha, Om Mandirastapakaya Namaha, Om Shridivavarshakaya Namaha, Om Gayatri Ashvane Namaha, Om Alpanasvikarakaya Namaha, Om Vishnu Pujakaya Namaha, Om Namo Narayayati Matrapasakaya Namaha, Om Swaramayaya Namaha, Om Madhurakantaya Namaha, Om Krishna Sankirtana Lopaya Namaha, Om Stotra Priyaya Namaha, Om Mitavashine Namaha, Om Bhakmine Namaha, Om Chitrakala Visharadaya Namaha, Om Radadadaya Namaha, Om Sadave Namaha, Om Jagatpantaya Namaha, Om Sarvalokahitaya Namaha, Om Bhakta Priyaya Namaha, Om Surdaya Namaha, Om Anukulaya Namaha, Om Niyaya Namaha, Om Sudarshanaya Namaha, Om Bhaktavatsalaaya Namaha, Om Premamurtaye Namaha, Om Shubhekshanaya Namaha, Om Prithivardhanaya Namaha, Om Swastidayakaya Namaha, Om Tarakaya Namaha, Om Anugrahaya Namaha, Om Vardhanaya Namaha, Om Architaya Namaha, Om Arthaya Namaha, Om Siddhipradaya Namaha, Om Janardhanaya Namaha, Om Manoharaya Namaha, Om Mahakshaya Namaha, Om Siddheshwaraya Namaha, Om Bhasmabhushitaya Namaha, Om Atmalingaya Namaha, Om Lingachana Prosakaya Namaha, Om Siddhi Sadanaya Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, Om Omkarupasakaya Namaha, Om Sukshmaya Namaha, Om Vishokaya Namaha, Om Satvikaya Namaha, Om Samadarshine Namaha, Om Dakshaya Namaha, Om Achityaya Namaha, Om Nirankaraya Namaha, Om Nirmohaya Namaha, Om Avyagraya Namaha, Om Chitakrodaya Namaha, Om Vinayashilaya Namaha, Om Swavashaya Namaha, Om Kushalaya Namaha, Om Shamaya Namaha, Om Satyadharmaya Namaha, Om Nirvikalpaya Namaha, Om Viraktaya Namaha, Om Atindraya Namaha, Om Satyasandhaya Namaha, Om Pavitraya Namaha, Om Madhura Swabhavaya Namaha, Om Suranandaya Namaha, Om Nandanaya Namaha, Om Prasatmane Namaha, Om Bhaktanidaye Namaha, Om Sakshaye Namaha, Om Samatmaye Namaha, Om Sadayogine Namaha, Om Haraye Namaha, Om Sutapaya Namaha, Om Samyaya Namaha, Om Bhuyaya Namaha, Om Vimuktatmaya Namaha, Om Gabiraya Namaha, Om Guptaya Namaha, Om Atmaramaya Namaha, Om Shivasaya Namaha, Om Devaya Namaha, Om Jyutidaraya Namaha, Om Dhanyaya Namaha, Om Gurave Namaha, Om Duratikramaya Namaha, Om Gahanaya Namaha, Om Bhagavate Namaha, Om Harisharana Margadashakaya Namaha, Om Kutastha Jagatakaya Namaha, Om Aviprayaya Namaha, Om Sarvamata Samadhyaya Namaha, Om Shamayagata Bhavardakaya Namaha, Om Premavatara Sri Vishwananda Swami Namaha. Ato Deva Avantuno Yato Vishnu Vichakrame Prithiya Sabda Dhamabhihi Idam Vishnu Vichakrame Tredhani Dade Padam Samo Dhamasya Pagum Sure Trini Pada Vichakrame Vishnu Gopa Adahavyaha Tato Dharmani Dharyante Vishnu Karmani Pashyate Ato Vritani Paspashe Indrasya Yujasaka Tad Vishno Paramam Paragum Sada Pashanti Sureya Diveva Chakshuratatam Tad Vipraso Vipanyavo Jagrubhagum Sasamindate Vishnuriyat Paramam Padam. Premavataraaya vidmahe Sadgurudevaya dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda prachodayat. Om Premavataraaya vidmahe Sadgurudevaya dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda prachodayat. Om Premavataraaya vidmahe Sadgurudevaya dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda prachodayat. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Om Bhurabhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Om Bhurabhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Om Bhurabhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhusudana Ketapare Narayana Achyuta Trivikrama Chakrapane Deityadi Sarjadhara Sridhara Vasudeva Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Rukminisha Bhavanasha Hare Murare Radhesha Gopisha Surupa Brahmadi Vanya Shri Dvarakashraya Vaikuntha Pate Bhuvane Kamurte Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Meena Krite Kamatarupa Varaha Murte Tre Vikramaya Guhane Dhura Rama Rama Shri Rama Krishna Yadunandana Kalki Rupa Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Govinda Madhava Mukunda Parat Paresha Damodaraksha Dharananda Kadari Shori Gopa Gopi Jana Samvrita Dhina Bando Gopi Jana Priya Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Kshiradishayin Bhujagadipalpashayin Satbhakta Hritsadhanashayin Ramangashayin Shri Gopavama Mrudutalpa Sukadishayin Gopa Vallabharaye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Kashyapati Sukadharata Gotamani Brahmarshi Sangamani Sanghava Bharatesho Tishtanti Devata Darshana Bhagya Heto Gopala Shekararaye Tava Suprabhatam Mandara Jadi Tulasi Dala Malikadyahe Malyani Anjali Pute Samudharanti Tishtanti Vadbhavata Dharatale Murindraha Radha Manoharaye Tava Suprabhatam Vedatrayam Patati Gautamakana Guyaha Gayanti Satguna Gano Varada Savargaha Sankirtayanti Tava Nama Kada Visheshaha Shri Naradari Rishaya Tava Suprabhatam Govardhanodharana Gopa Kishora Gopa Gopi Janamrita Suvesha Bhavadi Pota Trilokya Mohana Sumangala Divya Deha Shri Rukminisha Varada Tava Suprabhatam Shri Vatsachina Sharanagata Parijata Bhaktarthi Vanjana Kripakarathina Bando Dityanta Gayati Jana Priya Divya Rupa Shri Nanda Gopatanaya Tava Suprabhatam Padmaksha Padma Mukha Padmadhara Prameya Padmalaya Sharda Padma Nivasa Shori Padmodbhavati Sudasevita Pada Padma Padmadinata Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Vrindantale Viharanaya Mahendra Vanya Kandarpa Darpa Haratinya Sudesha Rupa Chandrananaya Siddha Chandana Lipna Deha Govinda Yadavaraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Nanda Nandana Yashoda Kumara Dhira Mayangadina Davichona Supushpahara Nilam Buddha Susharira Rama Vihara Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Vaishri Jambavati Satya Sugandhi Bhadra Shri Mitravinda Divasa Prabhu Putrikadyahe Tishtanti Devya Pavameta Vasevanardam Gopi Manapriya Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Achyuta Ananta Mukunda Shori Radha Manohar Janardana Chakrapane Namani Divya Munayurna Nisham Vadanti Brahmi Muhurta Samaye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Suprabhatam Ye Patanti Aharnisham Bhuri Kritan Mahapapan Shri Krishna Grahe Tukam Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Chintamani Prakara Satma Sukalpa Vreksha Laksha Vrteju Surabhira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrahma Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Vedum Pavantam Aravinda Dalaya Daksham Bharavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpakotika Maniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Halola Chandra Kala Sattva Vamshi Radhangadam Pranaya Keli Kala Vilasam Shamam Tribangalalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Vrittimanti Pashanti Panti Kalayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadujvala Vigrahasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Advaitamachutamanaadi Manantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayauvanam Cha Vedeshu Durlapam Adurlapam Atma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Pantastu Koti Shatavatsara Sampragamyo Vayo Ratapi Manaso Muni Pungavanam Sopyasti Yatra Padasinya Vichintya Tattve Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ekopya Sora Chaitum Jagadanda Kotim Yaschaktirasti Jagadanda Chayaya Dantaha Andantarasta Paramanu Chayantarastam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yad Bhava Bhavita Diyo Manujastateva Samprapya Rupa Manimasanayana Bhushaha Sutteyameva Nilama Pratitestuvanti Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Ananda Chinmaya Rasatpratibhavitabis Tabirya Eva Nijarupataya Kalabihi Goloka Eva Nivasatya Kilatma Bhuto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santasadeva Hiraneshu Vilokayanti Yakshama Sundarama Chintya Gunasvarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Ramadi Murti Shukalani Amena Tishtam Nana Vatara Makarot Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramapumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Jagadanda Koti Kotishvashesha Vasudadi Vibhuti Vinam Tat Brahmanishkalamanantam Ashesha Bhutam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Maya hi yasya jagadanda shatani sute Tregunyata vishaya vera vitayamana Sadva palam vipara sattva vishuddha sattvam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmataya Manashu Ya Praninam Pratipalam Smaratam Upekya Lila Lidena Bhuvanani Jayati Shastram Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Golokanam Nijadham Nitale Chatasya Devi Mahesha Haridhama Suteshu Teshu Tete Prabhava Nichaya Vihitas Chayena Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Shrishti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Chaye Vayasya Bhuvanani Vibharti Durga Ikshana Rupam Apiyasya Chachesha Tesa Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Kshiram yatada divikara vishesha yoga Sanjayate nahitata prutakasti heto Yasham bhutam apituta samupeti karyat Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Viparchideva Hidashashtaramabhyupetya Vipayate Vivrita Etu Samana Dharma Yastadvigeva Isha Vishnudaya Vipati Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Yakaranavala jale bhajati sma yoga Nidram ananta jagadanda saroma kupaha Adhara shakti mavalamya param samurtim Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Yasveta Ishvasita Kala Matavalamya Jivanti Loma Vidaja Jagadantanata Vishurmahansa Idayasya Kala Vishesho Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Bhasvanja Jasma Sakaleshu Nijeshu Tejaha Shriyam Kiyat Prakatayapyapitat Vadatra Brahmaya Esha Jagadanda Vidhana Karta Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yatpada Pallava Yugam Vinidaya Kumbha Dvandve Pranama Samaye Sanagadi Raja Vignam Vihantu Mamalasya Jagatrayasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Agnir Mahi Gaganam Ambutmarub Dishascha Kalastatatma Manasiti Jagatrayani Yasmat Bhavanti Vibhavanti Vishanti Yamcha Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yachakshuresha Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Suramurti Rashesha Desha Yasyaknaya Brahmati Samprita Kala Chakro Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Dharmo Thapapa Nishaya Shrutayastapamsi Brahmadakita Patakadhavayasya Jivaha Yaddattamatra Vibhavam Prakata Prabhava Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasvindra Gopa Matavendra Mahosva Karma Bandana Rupa Palabhaja Manatanoti Karmani Nirdahati Kintu Shabhakti Vajam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yam Krodha Kama Sahaja Pranayadi Viti Vatsalya Moha Guru Gaurava Sedya Vaivare Sanchintyatasya Sarishintanu Purete Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadhiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Good morning, Jai Gurudev. How are you doing? So today there is a verse of the Bhagavatam and is related to happiness. So let's see what the Bhagavatam and Prahlad says. I mean, this is actually the words of Narada Muni. Before Prahlad was born, Prahlad is the little boy that is next to Narasimha, and he was a great devotee of the Lord, for those of you who don't know. But he, of course, was meant for him to be a devotee, but how it happened is that when he was in the womb of his mother, the father, who was a demon, was doing tapasya to be immortal. So when the father went for doing tapasya to become immortal, the demigods, knowing that was a good opportunity to kill the son of the demon, and they went and they kidnapped the wife of Hiranyakashipu that was named Kayadu. And when they are about to kill her, Narada Muni appears. And he says, don't be so stressed, because the baby that is in her womb is not a normal baby. He's a great devotee of the Lord. And Narada started explaining to Indra why he should not kill them. And then Indra accepts and says, okay, we don't touch them. And going on. So Narada started now instructing the baby from his very youth. I mean, from this moment, before he even came out from the belly of the mother. And this is one of the teachings that Narada gives to the baby. It's in the Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 7, verse 42. Sukaya dukkha mokashya shankalpahiha karminam sadapno haya dukkam anyaya sukavavirtaha. In this material world, every materialistic desire to achieve happiness and diminish his distress, and therefore, in this material world, every materialist desire to let's go again. In this material world, every materialist desires to achieve happiness and diminish his distress, and therefore he acts accordingly. Actually, however, one is happy as long as one does not endeavor for happiness. As soon as one begins his activities for happiness, his conditions of distress begin. So I think it's very clear and straightforward. And I think we have experienced in our life many times that when the mind starts searching for happiness and trying to fulfill the desires on the daily life, what we may experience a short-term happiness, but we have seen that doesn't last. Many times it's just something may take. I was speaking with a friend yesterday about some experiences of different pleasures, and these pleasures can give you happiness even for a few days, even for a few weeks, some of them for a few years. But inevitably, at some point, it will finish. Why? Because it belongs to this material world. Everything that is born from this material world has a beginning and an end, as Krishna says in the Gita. But then, when is the ending point of this cycle, vicious cycle of the mind? And Guruji said a time ago that when the mind realizes this truth, that when have experienced the pleasures that this world has to offer and realize that it's not enough, then the mind shifts within and starts for looking for happiness somewhere else. A different kind of happiness, a happiness that will stay for a longer time. Now, as Narada says, the attitude that one should have is not the pursuing of happiness in itself. Because in the moment we start searching for happiness, what happened? He said, then will not be able, the person, to achieve that happiness. So the goal cannot be happiness. The goal needs to be something else. So let's see what Guruji says about this. He says, happiness lies when we forget ourselves. We think about somebody else. The beauty of sharing, the beauty of really, I want to make somebody else happy. That derives in a different kind of happiness. Everything which is full of passion transforms into compassion, into that happiness that really elevates oneself. Do you remember when did he say this? Yeah, 2 days ago, during Navaratri on 16th of October. And this I can relate because back then, before meeting Guruji, before even start traveling looking for Guruji, I would say, I tried to work in NGOs and in places, or we create a group and we were working in a favela but in Argentina. And we were teaching them to kids math or literature. We were reading with them, spending time with them. And was this happiness coming from this that we didn't experience from other kind of activities? No, I would say like a sad big happiness. And basically was because it was not about ourselves. Our time was used for the kids and trying to make their life a little bit better, distract them a bit for the reality, the tough reality they have in their lives. And we could see this that Guruji speaks about. When it's not about you, then happiness may be there. You know, when you start to forget about yourself and you start to think about other people. Then also, this was in May, Guruji said, the devotees are happy people. They are happy not because of them. They are happy because of Bhagavan is in their life. God is in their life. And when you have God in your life, there is a difference. It's a different kind of happiness that emerges from within you. It is not a happiness that you can find in the outside. It is not a happiness that you can find in the material things. It's a happiness which derives from a higher source. So comparing with the example before, of course, I was not focused on myself when we were, or maybe yes, but not so much, when we were helping the kids in this, in the favelas. But it also had an end. Also, depression came back. Also, sadness came back. And today, I can say, after meeting Guruji and having this beautiful bhakti path, that then the happiness is from a different kind. Now I can see the big difference because, as Prahlad said, the happiness is not the focus anymore. What is the focus of the devotee? God. Guru and God. So, when we move the focus to something else, then that something else is important, that is God. Because if that something else is something from this world, eventually will finish. So it could be that we entangle in sadvik happiness, like helping the kids, helping the poor. But if we don't do it with this attitude or with this mindset that is because it's a service to God, or it's because of God that we are doing this, then eventually that also will disappear. But also I wanted to speak that many times Guruji say that for being here with him and in the Bhakti path, many things had happened already in our life and in previous lives. It's not random that we came to him. Guruji often says that when the soul is ready, then it sends an SMS to God. And who manifests in your life? The Sadguru. When one is really longing for that, then the Guru comes. But what is the issue? That when he comes, he don't come in the form that we want him to be. No? I was passing by yesterday in the office, or 2 days ago, and a devotee that is with Guruji since a long time, and she was my inspiration, role model inspiration in Bhakti Marga. She helped me a lot. She said, look, everybody judges Guruji, but we don't say it. Maybe a few cases they don't. And then I was reflecting on this, and it's true. But why? Because his role is, in a way, to be challenged, to be criticized. Because then you can see your mind, how it operates. You can see your mind, where are the flaws, where are the weaknesses of the mind. If he don't behave as he behaves, then you will not be able to observe how the mind works, how the judgment works. No? And how many times Guruji say that we need to be free of judgment, no? Full of acceptance, full of love to approach to God. So the Guru takes this difficult role to challenge people in different ways. I guess you may have experienced it already in these 3 days in different ways. But we need to understand that this is his role. Because deep inside, deep in what he's trying to do is to also work on the faith of people. You know, Krishna says in the Gita, without faith, we will stay roaming around without ever attaining him, in the chapter 9:3 of the Bhagavad Gita. So what I see normally on Guruji is that he goes around challenging people's faith. And it looks the opposite that we should be doing, no? But he should be doing. He should be giving faith to people, no? Miracles, being super holy, like showering his love with people around. But no, he's not doing that. Many times he's actually doing the opposite. And through him doing that, we can see how limited is our faith, our trust. Then we can see where are we standing in our relationship with God and with the Sadguru. So we had the opportunity to ask some questions to Guruji in Vitalam a few weeks ago. He was very accessible to these kind of questions that maybe is difficult at these times. And we asked him, because we asked him if he's actually aware all the time of everything. And he said yes, that he is. But he says, I cannot show that to the people, because then they will freak out. If I do that, I'm compromising the relationship. And then he mentioned Narasimha, and he said, everybody likes the idea of Narasimhadev. But if he will be there, everybody would run away. And in that sense, you see Guruji acting so human, walking around, making jokes, making mistakes, making people laugh, making people cry, yelling at people, smiling at people. You know, he's so human in a way. And he says, if I show more about my nature, people will have, like, the reaction from people will be just to bow down with folded hands. And the relationship will be destroyed. So, recap. We were looking for happiness. We got tired at some point in our existence. We prayed to God inside. We don't even know. Maybe we didn't know we were looking for God, but something inside of us made the prayer. The Sadguru manifests in our life. The Sadguru doesn't follow what we want him to be. Yeah, we reach this point now. Now, at some point in his faith-challenging process, it may look like he's not answering our prayers anymore, or he's not listening to us. So that's why we were asking him, are you really aware? Do you hear what everything of what your devotees are asking you inside, in the altar, in the room, in the bed, when they're crying? And he said, I'm aware of everything, all the time. And thank God this was just a theory, because when we were in Vital Dam, you may have listened Anshul Satsang. After a dinner, we are coming back all together to the room, and Guruji that day decided to take a different road. And instead of going inside of the hotel, he went out. It was cold, it was a bit windy, and we were following him. So we walk out, and about 50 meters away, there is this shining necklace from two dogs, one red and one green. We approach and we see there is a Mataji with her dogs next to Kali. There is a Kali outside of Vital Dam. You may have seen her with 10 arms, beautiful one. And she's there just kind of on her own, just a bit like dancing but soft, with Kali, with her dogs, and what it looks like her husband or a friend. And Guruji walks by, and she says, oh, so shiny necklaces. No? And we continue walking. We walk 20 meters, he stops, and he's talking to us, but doesn't look like he's talking to us, or he's not so interested. He says like, okay, what do you want to do now? Like, we go for a walk, or we go to the room, what do we do? So we are debating, giving him ideas, and he's there, but it feels like he's not really there. And he's now looking back where we came from, direction to the dogs and the Mataji. And weird enough, he tells to one of us, first he said, let's come back. And then he sent one of us and said, tell the Mataji to move away the dogs from there, from the Kali area. So this Prabhu goes, and when he starts speaking with the Mataji, Guruji immediately comes behind him and said, beautiful necklace of the dogs. Like you can see them, because this was at night, so you can see them, shining on the dark. So Guruji started praising the necklace of the dogs, and he said, oh, look, so beautiful red necklace, and this green, and he mentioned 2 or 3 times green and red, green and red. And then you see Guruji start moving his hands, and he tells to the Mataji, give me your hand. So he started moving his hands, and we put the lights of the phones, and he manifests 2 pendants. And one is red and the other is green. And he said, it's for them. And we start laughing because we said we have never seen him manifesting something for the dogs, for animals. And then the Mataji starts laughing and out of happiness. And she says, oh, this is all grace of Kali, this is Kali, this is Kali. And then Guruji starts again and gave her a pendant of Kali with 10 arms. So we see the picture, and Guruji says, is the same Kali. It actually was the same Kali that was the image there. So the Mataji was, at this point, not so much interest. I think her mind was blown away. And Guruji says she's not even looking at the at the pendant. And he walks away. So of course, being a story freak, I stayed and I asked the Mataji what was happening. Why before this. And she said, well, I was singing Jai Jai Mata, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Kali Ma. So she was singing for Ma. And inside of her, she was asking Ma, please bless my dogs. So she, while everything was happening inside of Vitalam, Guruji eating dinner, the devotees there, this matter is outside in the cold for I don't know how many hours, just singing to Ma and asking Ma to bless the dogs. So then, you see, Guruji comes out. And so, again, in this dinner, when we were asking Guruji many questions, one of the questions I asked is, why did you manifest the things for the dog? Like, it's because the punya of the dogs, or is what does it mean? And he said, well, I answered her prayers. Guruji didn't know that I spoke with the Mataji. I didn't tell him what did she pray for. Guruji just said, I was answering her prayers. And then he says, as it says in the Gita, people pray to many gods, but it's him who answers all the prayers. Therefore, I needed to answer, he said. Then he walked away. But this gave me the confirmation that he's listening all the time what we are praying, what we are feeling. But for the sake of the relationship, also, he plays not to know. But it's not something for punishing him, because it's out of his humility that he's doing this. It's out of his humility to be here with us every night, we in the tent, dancing, yelling at us, smiling. Okay, it's him just behaving in a way that we can handle him. And by him doing so, then we can build this relationship with him. If you would know how many gifts Guruji receives, because of the skin of his feet, because of the nails, because of the coughing, because of... It's just, I don't know, sometimes it feels like everything that he's doing is just to give the people an excuse to think on him. Oh, it looks cold today. So people give him shawls, or give him hot water bags, or electrical blankets, to keep him warm in winter. And sometimes he shows that he don't need anything of this. But if he will be just a Maha Yogi, that doesn't need anything, then okay, what's the purpose of being here? What's the purpose of being with him? What's the purpose of thinking on him if he don't need anything? So he kind of shows that he has 1,000 endless needs, so everybody can serve him. He actually created a seva for each one. Each one find their way of how they can help him. Otherwise, we will not be here. Because immediately, shortly after you get into Bhakti Marga, you start doing seva. And there is always a position for you. No, it's not funny? But then he shows that actually he don't need the service of anyone. But if he will act as the reality is that he don't need anything from anyone, they will be just like, okay, this is the path. Let's just sit and sit. Yeah? Yeah. Or Japam, but that's good. He says we should do Japam. Yeah. So, as a conclusion, happiness appears when we stop looking for it, and at some point our mind understood that happiness doesn't come from this world, but comes from God. And the answer to that prayer of the soul is the Sadguru. And as far as we continue into the judgment to the Sadguru, we cannot see what he's really doing. But let's be aware that he's pretty aware of all what is going on in the life of his devotees. And he came here to do whatever it takes to take us to him, to God. Jai Gurudev.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Rasimamadim Sharanam Prapade
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 Tava kara kamalavare nakamabhuta shringa dalita hiranyakashipu tanu bringa Vishavadirta narahari rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Kavakara Kamalavare Nakamabhuta Shringa Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare
Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare
Jaya Narasimhadev 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 Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev 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 Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Svarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Svarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj
Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Sri Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev
Sri Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev
Gurudev Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev
Gurudev Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev
Gurudev Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev
Gurudev Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev
Gurudev Gurudev Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev
Sri Vishwananda 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 Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagavan ki jai Sadgurudeva Sri Swami Vishwananda Mahaprabhu ki jai
Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangalame Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangalame Prapartidalme Karataya Mangala Mangalame Prapartidalme Karataya Mangala Mangalame Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Shaligrama Pratishtitaya Mangala Mangalame Saligrama Pratishtitaya Mangala Mangalame Tridandadharine Kodakajaya Mangala Mangalame Tridandadharine Kodakajaya Mangala Mangalame Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Range Saken Karyarataya Mangala Mangalame Range Saken Karyarataya Mangala Mangalame Mananataya Dharinetaraya Mangala Mangalame Mananataya Dharinetaraya Mangala Mangalame Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame Mangala Mangalame Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Swami Jai Jagadisha Hare Bhakta Janon ke Sangata Dasa Janon ke Sangata Jana mein dura kare Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Jo jave pala pave Dukha vina se manaka Swami dukha vina se manaka Sukha sampati kara aare Sukha sampati kara aare Kashnami te kanaka Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare Mata Pita Tuma Mere Sharanaga Ummengi Saki Swami Sharanaga Ummengi Saki Tuma Bina Ora Na Duja Tuma Bina Ora Na Duja Asaka Ummengi Saki Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare Tuma Purana Paramatma Tuma Antarayami Swami Tuma Antarayami Para Brahma Parameshwara Para Brahma Parameshwara Tuma Sabake Swami Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare Tuma Karuna Ke Sagara Tuma Palana Karata Swami Tuma Palana Karata Main Sevaka Tuma Swami Main Sevaka Tuma Swami Kripa Karo Bharata Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare Tuma Ho Eka Gochara Sabake Pranapati Swami Sabake Pranapati Kisa Vidhi Milon Daya Maya Kisa Vidhi Milon Kripa Maya Tuma Gome Kumati Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare Dina Bandhu Dukha Harta Tumara Shaka Mere Swami Tumara Shaka Mere Karuna hata badao, karuna hata badao, Sharana pada tere. Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Vishaya Vikara Vitao, Papa Haro Deva, Swami Papa Haro Deva, Shada Bhakti Padao, Shada Prema Padao, Santana Ki Seva. Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Mana mana dana sabha hem tera, Swami sabha kucha hem tera, Swami sabha kucha hem tera. Tera tujhko arpan, tera tujhko arpan, kya lage mera. Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Swami Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Bhakta janon ke sankata, dasa janon ke sankata, kshana mein dura kare. Om Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Mana chakra koji, gidari lala chakra koji, gidari lala chakra koji, gidari lala chakra koji. Mana chakra koji, gidari lala chakra koji, gidari lala chakra koji, gidari lala chakra koji. Chakra ko, chakra ko, chakra koji. Chakra ko, chakra ko, chakra koji. Mane chakra koji, gidari lala chakra koji. Shama mane chakra koji, gidari lala chakra koji. Govinda mane chakra koji, gidari lala chakra koji. Gidari lala chakra koji, gidari lala chakra koji. Tvameva mata chapita tvameva, tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Govinda. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, Mrityormam amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Prem se bolo Lakshmi Narayana Bhagavan ki Jai. Prem se bolo Sri Bhutabhrteshwarnath Bhagavan ki Jai. Prem se bolo Shri Radha Krishna Kanhaiya Lala ki Jai. Prem se bolo Avtar Kriya Baba ji ki Jai. Prem se bolo Shri Mujarcharya ki Jai. Prem se bolo Sadguru Deva Sri Swami Vishwananda Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Jana Vallabhaya Paraya Paramapurushaya Parakarma Mantra Yantra Tantra Aushadhasta Shastrani Samraya Samrani Jor Mochaya Mochaya Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Diti Jvala Pritaya Savanik Shobnahum Pat Parashmaye Praradamaye Pradam Jyotishe Swaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Sham Venkatamana Govinda. Gopika Jivnasmanam Govinda. Bhakta Vatsala Govinda. Pundali Kavarade. Eknath Namdev. Panalinath Maharaj ki, Samasta Bhakta Mandali ki, Alvaram Punumanar Thiruvalikare Sharan.